Hello, this is Matthew Setter. This is marketing mix for loyalty in Python to grow digital boost revenue growth and loyalty. So here we go to the next step. Next step is to be talking about marketing mix and analysis for revenue growth and loyalty. And this was accomplished at Snowball when I was working there. So the key thing we did was to figure out with the marketing team how we're going to enhance revenue. And we got the insights to leverage, sentiment analysis, and we figured out if segmentation, we can get identified high value customers, and that's key for profit revenue growth. So we tailored personalized rewards, with marketing, and got them driving increased sales and customer retention. And what this did was also build loyalty. It was focusing on branding with the marketing. So we integrated churn analysis to proactively address any customer needs or sites of what the salespeople are finding on analytics, and foster deeper connections and loyalty or long-term branding with our customers. Next is we're going to talk about marketing mix and analytics and how it gets to do boosting branding and loyalty and revenue. So the key thing is boosting revenue and fostering brand loyalty. These things hinge on effectively leveraging customer insights. So first, like I said earlier, you have to have understand your customers first. And so once we have that done, then we can integrate sentiment analysis and work on segmentation and churn analysis. And then once we do that, we can work with the business to enhance loyalty focused branding efforts. And key is to focus on rewarding high value customers. That's how you get more revenue growth. This is done with a couple things. Sentiment analysis. Sentiment analysis can help you with customer perceived branding and strategies. This will help reinforce positive associations and challenge, anything that's challenged, we can address those things. Then rewarding loyalty. Basically, we have to find by segmentation our loyal customers. So that's the key. Then we can implement a tailored reward program. This helps us to deepen our engagement with our customers, encourage repeat business, and more higher returns. And then key is, also while we're doing this, preventing churn. We have to make sure we have any, churn analysis. We have to use advanced analysis and work with a team to identify who are our at-risk customers. Then what we have to do is proactively intervene and enable to retain them and optimize revenue. Next, here's some Python example. Python for marketing mix analytics and global sentiment analysis. This was some Python I did at one company called Snowball for Europe and South America. So what we did was we have a Python. First step was just to do the preparation and in the data set and split the data, make sure we have the information we need. So the key thing we had here was I just had a data frame with our transaction frequency and our amount. We had region, and then we had our churn rate. And so then I basically did a get dummies, one shot, one hot shot, to drop the first region. So I'm going to figure out what regions we're going to need. And then I use that to drop the data on churn and on the axis that's necessary for that. And then with the data, once I have that, I can do my test train model and split the data. And I got, I was just working on 30%. And then next is Python sentiment. This is basically set up the feature pipeline for gradient for extraction. And this pipeline is just a pipeline in scikit-learn where you can set up your vectors, count vectors, and you can set up your TDF transformer, and then you get your gradient boost classification, and then get that set up. And then the next step would be a Python fitting. This is for the model on the review text for sentiment prediction. It was a pipeline that fit the data on the review text, as you can see, and basically utilized the pipeline that we just built for the setup on the pipeline feature with gradient for extraction. And we did a predict, and then we get our sentiment prediction. And so that's pretty straightforward code, and that's the kind of thing I can do. Here's the next step. So Marketing Mix Analytics Global Analysis. This is Python, again, for Europe and South America. The key thing here was Python scaling. We're going to need to scale the data for k-means clustering in order to do a good fit prediction. So just use the standard scaler in this case, but you can do more sophisticated, and I can do more sophisticated. And we were doing this on basically transaction frequency and investment amount. And then we set up the clusters with number of clusters and got our k-means clusters. And then we did the loyalty customers by the k-means fit prediction on that scale data. And then we analyzed the sentiment and the loyalty for Europe and South America. This was taken by getting the loyalty data and finding out which region we're looking for. We can exclude or include, whatever we want. And then basically we would look at the sentiment scores and use the pipeline for the predicted probability on those loyalty customers on that review text, and then get the loyalty sentiment score and assign that. And there we go. We got our sentiment analysis, and we're cooking for the high value. Okay, now we can go to the next. Okay, we have on this one we're doing the same thing. Uh, Python with global sentiment analysis for these two customers in Europe and South America. And we use Python to identify the high value customers. Now, a quick way to doing this, we were doing sentiment scores of over $300,000. So we set it up for loyal customers, and we just do a slice on the investment amount, and then we print out. That's just so we can get to our salespeople, and then we evaluate the sentiment, high values, and the features, for churn analysis. So we have a random forest classifier that we can use, and then fit the model on that random forest model, and then print the important vectors that our customer features for retention strategies are needed. And that was from what we just did on high value stuff. And so we sort them by performance and everything. And there we go. And it's pretty straightforward. And then here's the next step. This next step is I'm just going to explain in a more high level how we did this. The Python code, it basically applied sentiment analysis using text processing and built a pipeline with gradient descent classifier. This allowed us to predict customer sentiment for branding and insights on employing k-means. And that was necessary to get segments for customers and behavior and identify loyal customers for reward targeting. We analysis pipeline with the count vector and the TDF transform extract features. We had gradient descent classifiers to predict sentiment to guide branding strategies. And we had clusters for loyalty using k-means clusters and segments based on frequency and the various features that we needed, and identified loyal customers for focused incentives. And then we had region insight, filtering on our loyalty customers, and then targeting campaigns and personalizing the rewards and strategies based on the sentiment scores. And then we had the same thing. We informed our loyalty branding efforts by a random forest evaluation on the features of importance for churn prediction. And that's how we accomplished. And that's the next step is for me to talk about what I can do. So here I can help out with global sentiment analysis, and contact me to lead engagement with marketing. I'll be a humble lead on the team for sentiment analysis and pipeline, and I can manage the gradient descent classifications for marketing efforts and partner with marketing in delivering loyalty and high value segmentation in key regions in your business, and manage random forest and churn predictions. And that's what I can do, and I'm ready to join and help you out anytime you contact